Hello, hello. Can you all hear me? As for some reason I can't sign in to chat with you guys. Awesome. Okay, let me put my face on the screen. Hi! Hey, Rowan. Hello, everyone. How are you? I think I got everything working okay. Hello, hello. How is everybody doing? Yay! Let everybody filter through. I always want to start a little bit earlier than the time posted in case we have wonderful technological mishaps, because they frequently happen. So how's everybody doing tonight? What is new? What is good? I have my chai. I have my water. I'll probably keep this a short one tonight at about an hour, just because I'm having a really bad flare-up and everything touching me right now is giving me the ick and is driving me crazy. So not only am I having a little bit of a pain day, I'm also having one of those tactile days where it's like everything that touches you just is like nails on a chalkboard. So I'm going to try to just keep it short. Of course, whenever like I post the schedule ahead of time on the community tab, I never know when I'm going to have a flare up. So that's the whole wonderful thing about having a chronic issue. I'm all right. Yeah, I'm all right. Your book is going to launch? Oh my gosh, Rowan, that is so exciting. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for you. I cannot wait. If you remember and if you have time, just send me a link and I will hit purchase. Okay, yeah, so I've heard that that's a thing with autism and neurodivergence is like the tactile thing. I still need to get checked out for all of that, but I have days where like I'm fine with certain textures and certain fabrics, but when I'm flared up, I swear, even like the softest of softest thing, I cannot handle it. So I have like on baggy clothes today, and I swear I want to take the bra off. Like I cannot like all of it driving me nuts. So I'm glad you understand, but I'm not glad for the reason why you understand. Oh, hey, Cart, welcome in. Welcome in. Thank you guys. Yeah. Yeah, it's like insane. The ups and downs of just having something chronic like this, to where like no matter what you do, like you can do all of the the things that you're supposed to do in order to keep stuff at bay, and it still like shows up and it's like, hi, like the Kool-Aid man just coming in. It's like, yeah, forget your plans that you had today and forget having to focus, forget having to work. Like we're gonna just take all over your whole day. So it's been fun. Like this morning, totally fine. And then like throughout the day, I'm like, oh no, I feel it coming. And I'm just like, ah! Of course. So yeah, we're going to do about an hour today. I have everything cleansed and ready to go. We're just working with the pendulum tonight because I can already tell you I am not going to be able to focus on the tarot. Just with like the pins and needles that are going in my lower back right now. So with that being said, right, for real though. Like, hello, remember me? You thought you could outrun me, but not today. So with the pendulum, I love that Rowan's here. Thank you so much, Rowan. Everybody thank Rowan. She is a wonderful mod. What she'll do is if you want to have a yes or no question answered by the pendulum, I'll switch over to that screen in a minute. Just say, me, or tag yourself in the comment or in the chat, and she'll just add a list from first come first served type of a situation. So you do not, if it's a very personal question, you do not have to ask it. All you got to do is just, if I say, if you're still here, just say here, and then we'll go. If you do want to vocalize your question, you can do so. But I want to just make sure that everybody's comfortable. And we'll go from there. And, I don't mind if we need to ask clarifiers as well. We can do that too. But just know they're just yes or no questions. There is options for like try again and maybe and rephrase. But I've already set it to be like, let's just do yes and no. Like, that's what we're going to do. Make it easy on everybody. So we'll try this out. We'll see how this works if people like it. And then maybe we'll throw this in once a month. This way, I feel like it's a little bit more of a direct answer to some questions. So, maybe sometimes tarot can be a little bit too vague. So this is kind of a nice way to be like confirming whether, it's a yes or a no, or, it's going to go the way that you want, or maybe try something different. Oh, vibration on the phone. All right. Perfect. So with that being said, it's now after 7. I'll switch it over. And sometimes it takes me a minute the chat will be a little bit of a lag. So if I miss something, I'm so sorry, but I will scroll back up. So let me switch over. There we go. All right. So I will say, so Q's first. Q, do you want to keep it private or do you want to ask your question? If not, we'll go ahead and do that. So I have 2 different mats. I don't normally use a mat when I do my own readings, but I figured this way you can see exactly what it means. Nobody gets confused. The other mat that I have is just really big, and it has a whole bunch of other stuff on it that just mumbles it all up. So, all right, private, awesome. Okay. Can I get an answer for Q, please? So, elbows there. All right, it looks like it's going to a yes there. Can you see that? It might be a little hard to see directly, but it's a yes. So hopefully that resonates. And then I cannot read this next name. I do apologize. But would you like it private, or would you like it, would you like your question asked? Perfect, Q. And for those who are in later, just say that you want a reading. Let's say me, and I'll call on you. We've got a list going. This is not charged. This is completely free. If you do want a tip, you can do so if you feel like it. If not, enjoy. I will never ask for monetary stuff through these lives ever. But if you feel called to do that, awesome. But just wanted to let you know, like, I'm never going to be like, no, you have to pay money in order to do this. And some people do, and that's completely valid. I just feel like that's what my Etsy is for. And I feel like you get a little bit more of an experience with an Etsy reading, just because it is such a personal thing to do sometimes. So, anyway, if I will be safe while working with the elements. Okay, let's see. Looks like it's a yes. Nice. And if anyone's wondering, this is a labradorite pendulum. So this is the one that I use pretty much all the time. I feel like it has like the most potency for me personally. And I think it's just because I have such a strong connection to the stone. But you can use a pendulum in any kind of crystal stone. I've even used pendants. I've used necklaces. I've used all sorts of different things. And my mother actually, she was the one that taught me the needle trick where you thread a needle. And then she does the whole thing where she rubs the needle on her palm like this. And that's how she would tell if her friends were having a boy or girl when they were pregnant. Anyway. All right. Perfect. Okay, Xandra. Would you like it private or would you like it asked? Public. Perfect. What is your question, my dear? And then, Katie, you are next. Thank you, Rowan. Hi, Trish. Welcome in. I'm like squinting. Love it. Yes, Alex. So it's just a yes or no question. I literally use this for almost everything. I use it to like find stuff that I can't seem to find. I use it to decide for me for things. I love a pendulum. Okay. Is this year a good year to go back to school for my BSN? All right, Xandra. Let's see. Oh, nice. Oh, I'm so glad. Xandra. It looks like this is going to be a yes. It seemed like there was a little bit of hesitation. So I would say to that is make sure you have your ducks in a row. There might be some challenges as far as like focus for that. So I don't see this being an issue as it's saying yes. But since there was a little hesitation to start, just make sure you plan things out a little bit better. Not better, but have your ducks in a row for it. That work-life balance too, if you're dealing with any kind of other conflicts or schedules, just have that all together. All right, Katie. People. Katie, did you want it public or did you want it private? Private. Perfect. Not an issue. Ultimately a yes. Yes. I will say the same thing for you since it was taking him a minute to figure out the answer. Something to do with thinking. So there's a lot of thought that needs to be put into it, I think, before you confirm. But ultimately, a yes. Yes, this is a labradorite. I do have a amethyst and I have a lapis lazuli chips in resin pendulum. I find that the labradorite just connects with everyone and it's like a powerhouse. It really does do a lot of great work. All right. Carte, I thought I saw you said you wanted it a specific way. Public. Okay. You're welcome. I'm glad. Hi, Sabrina. Welcome in. Thank you so much. Okay. Public business success. All right. Let's see. Oh, it looks like a yes. We love to confirm success. That's awesome. That was pretty quick, too. Love that. All right. Trish is private. Okay, perfect. Connect to Trish. My goodness. I need more coffee. All right, we get another yes. Again, there was a little bit of thinking to do. So there might be some work on your end. But ultimately, we've got a yes. Nice. There's times when I ask questions and it's just swinging so hard. It's like, okay, I guess guess I know the answer to that. Hi, Lori. How are you? Hi, Alex. Maple7, welcome in. All right, Alex, do you want a public question or a private question? Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you so much, Gary. Oh, I'm so glad. Yeah, public, that's fine. If you want to ask your question public, perfect. Yeah, yes or no's are best with a pendulum. I love that cue. Oh, that's so great. A tip when working with pendulums, especially if you're going to bring in a mat, always let it kind of hover and like find its bearings, so to speak. And then you can ask it, show me a yes, show me a no, and that sort of a situation. And that kind of sets it in, locks it in. So that way you know. If you aren't using a mat and you're just using it on your own, you can do the same thing. And it might show you different directions that it will swing. So for instance, when I use it without the mat, which is what I normally do, the yes for me is a circle and a no is a this way. So it will be different, and different pendulums like to swing different ways too, I've noticed. So it's always a good thing to kind of reset it and check out which one it is, and then like to say, or ask, I should say, a confirming question like, is the sky blue or is my name da-da-da? And then it will definitely give you that confirmation, and then you know exactly which way it's going to swing. So I like using this for other people because they can see what the answer really is. They don't have to be like, wait, what was your yes again? So it makes it a little bit easier visualizing it. Okay. What should I stop buying? New tarot decks to focus on the ones I already have. All right, let's go. Let's see. Should Alex stop buying tarot decks to focus on the ones that she already has? That's so great. That's going to a yes. And honestly, I think it's a for now type of situation. Because it did take a minute. It was like, well, maybe. Absolutely, Lori. Okay, let me go back. So SB. Hi, welcome in. Hi, EK. Hi, Moonstar. Hi, Ashley. Oh, thank you so much. All right, so SB's next. Did you want a public question or a private? You can ask the question publicly or you can keep it private. You're welcome, Alex. Glad to have you here. Glad to have you all here. So for everyone who is just coming in and wanting a question, you can keep your question private if that feels good to you. I just need to know you're here when your name gets called. But if you want to ask a public question, you can do so as well. So it's up to you. I like to give you the option with this just because it is such a, it's a personal thing. Oh, that's a great question. All right. Does SB move on or stay where they're at? Let me rephrase that. Does SB move on from where they are work-wise? Okay, it says no, but let's ask a clarifier. Does SB stay where they're at work? Yes. I think, again, it's like a for now situation. I'm hearing unfinished business. So there might be something that you still like haven't accomplished that you wanted to accomplish there. So maybe after you do that, then we check back in. Awesome. All right. Who is next? We've got Maple 7. You're welcome. Yes, Rowan is amazing. Maple 7, are you still here, sweetie? And then did you want a public or private? Oh, I see it. Oh, thank you so much, Q. Should Maple 7 stop the singing lessons and join the gym? Oh, that is going straight to no. I just heard you got a gift. Yeah, that's a big no. Thank you so much, Q. You're so sweet. All right, Moonstar. I thought I saw your question up here. I see it. Okay. Will a move to Chicago be a good one? You're welcome, Maple 7. Yeah, I heard a gift. So, do with that information what you will. But I relay what I hear. It's almost like they were saying, like, why waste it on the gym right now? You could always work out. All right, Moonstar. Will a move to Chicago be a good one? Ultimately, yes. I think there might be a little bit of a challenge, but definitely a big yes. But I think also, too, with any change, and especially a move, and if you're doing it a state move, there's going to come with some difficulties and some challenges, but I think ultimately there will be a good end result. Right? They were just like, who needs a gym? We're not even going to go there. All right, EK. I saw your question up here. Will I find a job in coming months? Will EK be able to find a job in the coming months? It's a yes. So I think like it was kind of, I want to say waiting to give the yes because it is kind of a broad question, but at the same time, there will be some ups and downs. Like, don't get discouraged if, the first interview didn't go as well. There's probably going to be something better after that. So ultimately, yes, but don't get discouraged because we know how the job market is right now and it's crazy. So keep your hopes up and know that the right one will come. All right, Miss Lori, did you want to keep it private or did you want to ask a public question? Yeah, Maple 7, I just saw your comment, wanted to get stronger but wasn't sure if you're able to keep up both the gym and the singing lessons. I totally get that. But I do think like I remember taking singing lessons, vocal coaching, and it is a physical thing. So even if you just did a little bit of yoga to get the diaphragm and stuff like that going, that there's time for that. There's time for stretches and there's time for that. But like, yeah, you never know what that's going to bring. Just sing at the gym. Yeah, that too. You're welcome, Moonstar. Just checking on Lori again. Did I go out of order? If so, I apologize. I swear. Sometimes the chat will go fast to like catch up and then I lose my place. I need to get my glasses on this too again, apparently. I'm sitting here like, squinting, I can't see, can't read it. There are days that you just feel so old, and today is one of them. Today I feel like I have aged decades in a single day. It's just fun. I love being in my 30s, but at the same time, I have, like, since my 20s, I have felt that I've been in my 80s physically. So it's like now the mind is starting to catch up to that. Oh. Right, sometimes the glasses, they're a nuisance. And for me today, with everything tactile going on, my glasses have been doing the slippage, and I am, like, done with it. Toss them, and I cannot deal today. If one more thing rubs me the wrong way, I'm going to lose it. So, yeah, glasses are off. Normally, I'm okay with reading all of this, but I'm a little bit farther away than normal. And yeah, for whatever reason, everything just doesn't want to work today. So, meaning me. Oh my gosh, no way. So, like, as I age, and I talk about this with my mom a lot, because my mom is like one of my best friends, and she and we talk about aging because she has the same conditions as I do because, genetics. So she'll talk about, like, in her head, she feels like she's still in her 20s. Like, she still thinks that she can do all the things that, she used to do. And she still feels like, energetic. And, she likes all the fun things. She wants to go and do things. And then, like, her body catches up and is like, not today, girl. No. So, like, I guess if you always feel young at heart and you always like connect to your inner child, like I don't feel like I'm ever going to grow old, you know? I don't feel like I'm in my 30s until I'm around people in their 20s. And then I'm like, "Oh yeah, no." No, no, no. Definitely not that anymore. I have the weight of the world on my shoulders now. It's a completely different vibe. Q, you're turning 44 next week. Well, happy pre-birthday. That's exciting. Lori, no, I didn't. I guess I completely missed it because I did scroll up. No, I do not see your question. Could you ask it again? Or if you're going to keep it private, just let me know. And we'll get that going. Awesome. Cool. Gotcha. Oh, I'm sorry. Is it hurting? Will Lori's neck be okay for sewing tomorrow? Looks like a yes. Do you ice it, perchance? For some reason that popped up in my head. Something about ice in the neck. And then Rowan's next. And then Nancy, hi. I will get to you right after Rowan. Hello, Green Mountain Mystic. Welcome in. Rowan is our mod. And, oh, it locked up. Oh, I'm so sorry. There is, what is it called? Is it Biotine that I've used? It's a spray, and you get it like at Target or at the drugstore. And it Biofreeze is what it's called. And that usually helps me when I'm having really bad days. But right now I use a really good CBD rub, so that's my go-to. But yeah, the neck issues, I understand that completely. There are days when like I wake up and I'm like, yeah, did not sleep right last night. Will your book be successful? I'm gonna say like no doubt. Yeah, that was like no hesitation. That's a yes, my dear. Oh, I'm so excited for you. And then if you send me the links and all that jazz, can I get your permission to share it on my socials and all of that stuff? I'll share the links for you. And that goes with anybody in my community. Like if you have something that like a small business or something that you are working really hard on and is coming out, like shoot me an email or a DM and, we'll start building each other up on this community because that's what it's all about. So, not that I have a huge like Instagram reach, but I'll do what I can. All right. And then Nancy was next. Will we move in the very near future? Oh, it looks like it's a yes, Nancy. I do think that there might be some things that you're going to have to sort through first before doing so. But, like, make up a decision. But definitely yes. Like, everybody has to be on board with the destination. Tiger Balm, yeah. spinning yarn too long. Girl. Oof. I'm horrible. Like, so I'm a crocheter. And so I'll literally sit with my elbows on my knees, bent over, doing it like this. Or if I'm sitting back in the couch, I'll sit cross-legged and like try to do it. I am the worst ergonomical crocheter. And then I hate myself the next day. Alrighty. Kelsey, you're up next. You can keep your question private or you can ask a public question if you want. Just gotta let me know. Voltaren. Okay, I'm gonna have to write that down. My husband has been using my office as well, so I'm like, where is everything? Voltaren. It's a topical. All right. Oh, my mom has had steroid injections. Oof. Yeah, she had where they severed the nerves. She was also like years ago she was in a bad car accident. Someone rear-ended her, so like combine all that stuff, right? And so she ended up having to get like the nerves fried or something. I don't know what she did, but she was like, that was not fun. Will my art start to take off soon sales-wise? Let's see. Will Kelsey's art start to take off with sales? Ooh, yes. That's exciting. We've got a yes. All right. Next is Moon Glitz. If you want to keep it private or you can ask a public question, just let me know. And then Kashi, you'll be after... Oh, Rowan's already got it. Oh my gosh, the crochet gloves are a nuisance for me, but I am needing them more and more every day when I do it. And I have to do it with the cards as well sometimes now because my hands are like not as able to grip some days. Oh, it's fun getting older. Oh my gosh, I love it, SB. Yeah, I take breaks after I crochet for a little bit, and I gotta stretch and walk up. And with my dog, it's always focus on him, so I do get get to stretching. All right, Moonglitz. Am I going in the right direction regarding my business? Ooh. Hello, mouse. Let's just move you. Is Moonglitz going in the right direction regarding the business? Yes. Like in my head, I just heard like, just do it. So if you're hesitating or if you are feeling unempowered, if that's the right word, stop with the doubting because you're just delaying the inevitable. So like it's saying jump in my head. So if you haven't already done it, know that there will be something to catch you. Like empower yourself instead of, the wishy-washy. Hopefully that helps and makes sense, because I'm trying to make sense of it as it's coming through. Oh gosh, Q, not fun. Gary, it's a really nice community. I love everybody. The people that pop in the lives, the ones that come normally, they're very awesome and very chill. Do I teach tarot? No, it's so I've been wanting to make like course videos for a while, like to make it to break each card down. So like we'll do a video per each card in the major arcana. However, I've been trying to do this for since I've started on the channel. So I don't see it happening anytime soon because I'm very particular about like how I want to go about it, and I don't know the best way to incorporate it all. So I want to make it accessible for everybody's learning styles, because I know for me, when I first started trying to learn tarot, YouTube wasn't a thing. And so I was going and trying to read all of the different books, and it was just too confusing, and a lot of times it can be conflicting. So I want to break it down in a way that makes sense to everybody and it's easy. And, you know, at the same time, there's a lot of people that break everything down already. So I don't know, I kind of want to do it in my own way, in my own style, and I'm just trying to figure out how that's going to work. Because I also don't want to make like an hour-long video per each card. Unless that's the type of thing you guys want to see, then that's cool too. But no, so long answer, not yet. I want to, but not yet. And I also have imposter syndrome, and it's like a huge goblin center in my brain where it's like, you don't know what you're doing, you can't teach. So so I'm trying to get over that too, because every time I try to like teach anything, I'm just like, I'm just a girl, I don't know what I'm doing, I shouldn't be doing this. And I know a lot of you can relate. I know a lot of you are like, I don't know what I'm doing either. You are so welcome, Moonglitz. Oh, thank you so much, Cardi. Ooh, what 2 tarot cards do you have tattooed on you? Oh, Ashley, you're so sweet. Okay. Oh, Kashi. Sorry. Squirrel brain. Let me go back to Kashi's question. There it is. Will I be in a romantic relationship within the next year? Yes, but what I heard, Kashi, was you're going to go on a lot of dates first. There's going to be a lot of people that you go through before you meet the one that you have a connection with. Hi, Miss Ron! Yeah, the imposter syndrome, it's a big one. Oh, thanks, SB. The Lovers and the Moon card. Love that. Lori, I'm sure you could knock that out of the park. And sometimes too, like, I've taught a lot throughout my life. Like, I've always done some form of training or teaching or stuff like that. And I always felt the same way every time. It's like, why am I teaching this? There's got to be something better. But then your brain, like, switches on the, like, teacher mode. And you're like, oh, yeah, I got this. Is fine. Like, once you get in the swing of it, it's like, yeah, You're just telling them what you do. Hi, super girly. Welcome in. No problem, Kashi. Thank you for being here. Absolutely. So, super girly, if you want to keep your question private, you totally can. If you want to ask it out in public, that's fine too. You just let me know which way you want to go and I'll do the rest. So, super girly is the only one on the list, Miss Ron, so you'll be after her. Am I going to get the job I interviewed for? Let's find out. Super girly gonna get the job she interviewed for? I'm assuming because of the screen name. I'm sorry. Yes, but in my head I heard they're gonna make you sweat. So, they might like dangle the carrot or so to speak. So check like the fine print when you go to fill out any paperwork. They might, wait a day before telling you. I keep knocking this over. Something about making you sweat a little bit, like wait it out. So hopefully that makes sense, and hope they don't make you do that for too long because that's ridiculous. I hate when people do that. Oh my gosh. And I keep forgetting to ask everybody's pronouns, but I have just been getting into the habit of saying they, unless your screen name says something specific as far as gender or pronouns go. So please don't take it offensive or and if I call you they. It's just easier for me because I can't possibly remember everybody's pronouns, especially if you're new and you haven't been here for a while. So I like to be inclusive and have verbiage that is inclusive. So just for those who haven't been here in a live, I just wanted to reiterate. Thank you guys. So it's dude, it's guys, it's, all of that stuff. I remember growing up in the 90s. It was always dude, no way, let me tell you. No, oh my God, dude. Oh, I love that, like, this community does that. Definitely have seen some interesting situations that have popped up a little bit in the community, but for the most part, I feel like as a whole, this community, as far as this channel subscribers go, everybody's really chill when it comes to that. And and I do want to say, like, if I ever misgender or do a wrong pronoun, I do not mean harm by it. It's just my brain didn't connect or didn't remember. So just remind me and I will fix it. So it's not me being atrocious. It's just me simply being me. All right, Miss Ron. Awesome. And then, Miss Ron, did you want to get in on the pendulum reading? Did you have a question? Oh my God, dude, where's my car? Iconic. Yeah, I don't understand people that do get offended because, like, people literally say it all the time. Like, the generic they. I don't want to get in on that topic, but my mom, she's, I don't want to say that she's confused, but she's just like, I want to be correct. I want to make sure everybody feels seen. When she's talking to people, she's like, how do I ask them their pronouns when I'm, when they're serving me or whatever? And I say, you just say, hey, what are your pronouns? What do you want me to call you? That's all you do. And she's like, oh, it's that easy? I'm like, yeah, it's that easy. And most of the time they will tell you. if they have a way that they would like to be referred to, I don't like preferred pronouns because it's what you're called. It is your pronouns. It's, that is your name. That is what you are called. So, I had told her, you cannot ask your preferred pronouns. You can ask your pronouns. What are your pronouns? Because she had asked that too. So she's trying to get all of the terminology right. She's like, I feel like it changes so much. I'm like, well, not really. If you're connected to the right people, it doesn't change quite too often. Perfect. No problem, Ms. Ron. Yes. I don't know about neopronouns too much. I go by what you want to be called. It's that simple. I don't even care if you want to be called something absolutely that I can't understand. I will, if that's what you go by, that's what you go by. If your name is Squirrel, your name is Squirrel. What does it bother me? That's the other thing that I will never understand. It's what someone else does with their life, if it has no direct effect on me, why do I care? It's their life, as long as they're not, harming in any capacity, go for it. All right, Miss Ron. Oh, I feel you with this. All right. Will there be a time within the next 5 years that Miss Ron will be financially comfortable and be able to buy a house? There is hope, Miss Ron. So it's a yes, but it's going to be a time process. I just heard have patience. And I know that's not probably what you wanted to hear, but sometimes patience does pay off. Oh my gosh, yeah. My mom is she was always very open. She told me, she's like, I may not understand everything, but okay. Oh, right. Cat or dog people. We're both. We identify as both dog and cat people. Hi, Amanda. Welcome in. Thank you. I know, patience, right? But, here's hoping that the aliens do something about the housing market. Listen, I have to laugh, otherwise I will be depressed. So, yes, Miss Rowan, we are doing pendulum readings. I'm going to be on for maybe about 10 to 15 more minutes. Maybe a little bit longer since the back is not super angry at me. So, right? Well, I mean, think about it. We've literally all kind of figured there was a giant conspiracy theory of keeping all that information hidden anyway, because governments are going to government. And then, we're dealing with so much going on. You name it, we're dealing with it. And then they just so casually have this hearing, and they're like, yeah, basically aliens are real, and we've had knowledge of this for years, and, we have spacecraft and pilots and all that stuff. So, yeah, cool. So everybody's just like, okay, cool. So can you give me another bailout check now? Can you do something about the economy? Can you do something about the housing markets now? Because I'm pretty sure, if they could beam us up, they would by now. I'm free. Come on. And I will go on the record. I've said it before on the record that I've always believed in alien life forms because we have to be pretty narcissistic to believe that we are the only life capable in this ever expanding universe. So yeah, I'm happy about the news. I'm terrified about the news at the same time. But I'm very intrigued as to where this is going to go. Right, Rowan? For real, though. For real. All right, Athena, will I get engaged in the next 2 years? Let's check it out. So that's a no, but I think there's a lot of circumstances that are going into that too. I feel like that's a very loaded question for your relationship. So I wouldn't take, like, something says, like, it's not a disappointing thing. Like, so don't look at it as, like, a negative thing. Because it could be you might be getting engaged earlier, or there might be other things that happen that are good before that. So I don't feel like, oh, like, they're never going to propose. That's not the energy that I feel. I feel like there's a lot that, like, is going behind that question. Will the aliens be bringing affordable... Let's ask, actually. Will the aliens be bringing affordable housing and universal health care? I do think that that's why they're, like, talking about it now, to, like, prepare us for when they are going to be more prevalent. Because my thought and theory... Yeah. I was literally saying yeah. My thought and theory about this whole alien thing and has been that, like, they're the caretakers of this planet. And, like, because every alien encounter that has been pretty much, I wouldn't say verified, but sounds substantial, the communication that they have gotten is, like, take care of the damn planet. Like... This is the only one we have of Earth. Sustain it. Like, take care of it. And so after going down a rabbit hole of alien information over the past month, it seems like everything has been consistently leading up to, like, hey, the Earth is dying and we need you to take care of it. And if you don't take care of it, we're coming in to basically save it. So hopefully that's the case. I don't ever feel like they have wanted malicious intent toward us, because why? Why would they? What, you know what I mean? Like, if they wanted malicious intent, they would have done it already. I feel like they're like, you're already going to take care of each other if that's what you wanted. Like, you know, I do think that they're very much concerned about, like, the nuclear warheads and stuff that, you know, we are contaminating everything. So hearing more people that have been having these experiences, and then quote unquote experts talk about this that was done before the hearing, like videos that were years old and stuff like that, they all seem to, like, collaborate each other. And I'm like, this is a theory that I've also had in my head. So, interesting. You're welcome, Athena. I have 2 cats, masculine in Germany. Oh, British short hair. Sweet red devil lion. Oh. So, I don't know if I told you guys, but so we have stray cats, neighborhood cats that, there's, like, a group, like, there's a few main ones that come around, and then there's a spattering of other ones that do little drive-bys. And our tomcat that we have loved, O'Malley, and I say these names because they're what we've named them just to keep the conversation on track with each other when we're talking about them, instead of like doing like, oh, the orange cat or the black cat. So we have this tomcat that comes around who's not fixed, by the way, key story. And he befriended this beautiful fluffy cat that we originally named Fernando, because he was so fluffy. He was fluffier than the other ones. So it was like fur, like, Fernando. Anyway. So they started hanging out all the time, and we had thought Fernando was a male cat, obviously. So we were just not thinking anything of it. We were just like, oh, that's cool. He has a little buddy now. And we were spotting them together and together and together. And all of a sudden, Fernando was not a boy anymore. It was a full-blown pregnant cat. And we're just like, O'Malley, you tomcat. So then we were seeing O'Malley, but we weren't, so we renamed Fernando into Celeste because she was a female, obviously, because she was pregnant. And so we were like setting up a nice little shelter for her to have like her litter. And we were trying to prepare everything in the front of the house to make sure that she felt safe, because that's where she was coming, and she disappeared. But we were seeing O'Malley all the time still. And we're like, what the heck? What happened to her? She disappeared for about a month. And then on my birthday, we were getting ready to leave to go to dinner. And all of a sudden, we see Celeste come, and she has 2 little kittens following her. And we were just like, what? Cool. Because this whole time we were worried about, oh my God, like, is she okay? None of the neighbors were finding her, seeing her anywhere. And so we were just, worried. And we thought, okay, well, maybe it was not a good situation, and, hopefully she's okay. So then it turns out it's not just 2 kittens, it's 4 kittens. And we come back from dinner, and they're somehow in our garage now. Because we have the garage set up in a way that the cats can come in and out and feel safe. Especially when we were gearing up for the 4th of July. The garage was set up in a way, and it's still set up in a way, where the cats can come and go and have shelter. And we had another cat that was hanging out in there, and she got kicked out because kittens took priority. So now the kittens have been living in the garage, and there's 4 of them. We've named them after the celestial bodies. So we have a black cat that is Perseus. We think he's a male because he's pretty bigger than the other 2 girls. We have a kind of tortoiseshell with a white little dash on his face and white socks. And so my husband named him Orion. And he's huge already. And then we have 2 little girls. One is a calico named Lyra, after Lyra. And then we have a little white with beige kind of colored spots named Haley, after Halley's Comet, because she was the one that was so shy. My husband was like, well, we got to name her Haley because she only comes out every 30 years. So I've been taking care of them, and they leave the garage, and they're fine. But our whole thing was like trying to get them to trust us so that we wouldn't have feral cats, so that we could then trap and release after getting them, taken care of, so that they don't have kittens. But they're always going to be feral. I don't think they're going to be like pet material, just because the mama and papa still come around. I have stories for days with these cats. But all that to say is we're both dog and cat people, and now we have kittens. And so they'll be hitting 4 months next month. So hopefully we'll be able to do the trap and release, because our county only will do the trap and release by appointment and after they're 4 months old. So by my calculations, they should be 4 months next month. So cross your fingers. But yeah, then we got to work on getting O'Malley taken care of. And that's going to be a whole nother hard issue because he's very elusive. VTA, sorry, I'm so sorry. Yes, let me get that going for you. Do I get a job soon? I go off on tangents, I'm sorry. So it's a yes, but I do think there will be some interviews that will get passed on. Like, you'll not get the job from those interviews. I think there might be a few that you go through. Miss Ron. Absolutely. Let's see. I do see a yes. But yeah, I think there will be people that you meet that will what's the word? It's like stepping stones. I think you'll meet somebody and then it will get you to the next person. And then that person will get you to the next person. So don't give up. Torties are almost always female. And see, like, I feel like he's a male, though, because he's so much bigger than the other two girls. But I could be wrong. I don't know. I've just been calling him a boy just because he's he's double the size. And the daddy cat, he's huge. Like, his paws are so big. Oh my god, I love him so much. Just the squish factor of O'Malley's face alone and his paws, like, we have not been able to physically touch any of those cats. Like, they come close enough to taunt us and then they scatter. So, but what's great is that we're building trust with them, and the fact that they chose our house to bring the kittens was phenomenal. Like, and then, not to ick anybody out, but you know how cats love to bring their owners treats and little gifts. They brought us a little gift. We don't know if it was the kittens or the parents, but somebody brought us a little gift, left it in the garage, and, like, yes, it was gross, but oh my god, did we feel vindicated as quote-unquote adoptive parents. Like, oh, we're like, thank you. Calicos, yes. So we have one calico, and she's one calico kitten, and we have another calico stray that was in the garage that got kicked out. So Pascal, she's around. She's still doing her thing. She still comes and eats dinner. You are welcome. Squinting. Vicky DK. Sorry, I wanted to make sure I got that right. Oh. Isn't that funny how that works? Is like the one person doesn't want the cat and then they're all about the cat once they build a relationship. My husband was the same way about our older dog who's on we're struggling with him. But he was more of a cat person before we got the dog. And when we got the dog, he was like, I'm not getting attached, because at the time Simon was having a lot of behavioral issues because he was a rescue, and we weren't sure that we were going to be able to keep him because he had a lot of aggressive tendencies. And so he's like, I'm not getting attached because I, don't know if we're going to have to, give him back or all that stuff. That man was simped the early on. He just didn't want to admit it. So now they are attached at the hip. They are like that's his baby. So it's so funny how like the people who say nope, we're not keeping him, we're not doing it, and then the next thing you know, that's their baby, and they're like going out of their way to do anything and everything for him. Mr. Ron, do I walk them? You just keep them fed. And you'll be good. Oh my god, I can't. Hi, pretty bug. Welcome in. Oh gosh. Oh, hi, donkeys. Oh, cute. Will this negativity in me be resolved soon? Let's see. Yes. I did hear it's an active thing that you have to be aware of. So, for instance, it isn't like toxic positivity, right? So, like, a lot of the times when you see people talk about, like, oh, the one way to banish negativity is to think positive thoughts. And whilst, yes, that could be it, negativity can take forms in many different ways, and negative energy can build up. Like, when somebody's in a bad mood, it can affect you, even though it has nothing to do with you. So it's just something to be actively aware of and understand maybe where the source is or how you can kind of actively deflect it. So if it's something like, you get affected by other people or certain places, it's kind of an active thing to be conscious about, like, okay, I know that I get really upset when I visit this person's house, so maybe I should not visit that house for a little bit and see if the energy shifts. So it's a lot about being actively aware of how you feel at certain situations and places. I had to deal with that a lot, and I've had to like set up a lot of boundaries about for instance, certain people, we call them short and sweet people, where it's like I can handle you for a little bit, be around you for a little bit, and then I gotta go. It was like that a lot in retail with me. Like when I worked retail, it was like once I get home, I gotta shower all the ick off. I've gotta like go and do a lot of cleansing because I cannot with that energy. So it's about being actively aware and consciously aware about, what is maybe triggering it or how you feel in those situations. And then you can kind of game plan your next steps. So don't think of it as toxic positivity, because that stuff is kind of like a Band-Aid. And it's very much not a helpful situation. But what you can do is you can be in awareness. I don't want to say acceptance, but that sort of a feeling where it's like, okay, I'm aware that this is making me feel this way. So how do I go about not feeling that way? How can I turn this into something that makes me feel better? Not necessarily makes you feel positive and happy, but makes you feel better. Hopefully that makes sense. Hi, Aurora. Welcome in. Sharon, hey. Okay. That was Ashley, right? Yeah, okay. Cool. I'm just scrolled back up and now I'm lost. Okay. Sharon, mediumship session. Is that's the right person. Okay, cool. I just want to make sure you were next on the list, that I didn't skip anybody. Let's check that out. So it's a yes, but there was some hesitation. So I think there's something to do with some feelings, um, feelings that you have. So, um, my advice, and I just came into the head, is meditate on what your feelings are, to how this will affect you going forward. So questions popped in too. So like maybe think about the certain questions that you would like to ask and how that would affect you moving forward. So yes, it's a good idea, but take some time to process prior to going, to see how maybe the feelings would be after the session. And I'm so sorry that had happened. Hey, Fox! Welcome in. Aren't dads funny when the animals are involved? Carrie's dad. Oh, that's so cute. It's always the dads too. It's always the men that are like, I'm not going to get attached. And then all of a sudden, they're the ones spoiling the animal like it's their only child. Okay. Oh, good night, Q. Thank you. All right. Was it Aurora next? Okay. Aurora. Former foster brother, come back. That's a no, and I heard boundaries. So if there were some certain boundaries that you have put in place, or vice versa, that might be why. But that Pendulum said no. All right, and I'm going to cut off at Pretty Bug, and then we'll check where we're at. Sorry, I'm going back through the chat real fast. Is Pretty Bug still here? Okay, cool. Did you want a private? I just saw your message. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. And then fancy dress, I'm going to cut it off at you. You're the last person that I saw with a question. So if you wanted to do a private question, that's cool. A public one is cool too. Just let me know either way. All right. Was that really my grandmother who spoke to me? Ooh. Spirit box sessions, they do freak me out. Not gonna lie. Well, it says yes. So I would like to believe it was a yes too. Hopefully that brings you comfort. I know sometimes things like that can be really, really disconcerting and scary and spooky. I haven't personally played with a spirit box or done any of that stuff. I'm very intrigued, but at the same time, like the other day, it was yesterday. I heard, and sometimes like I know it's like old house issues and stuff like that. This isn't an old house, and we have kids, neighbor kids, and all that stuff that have fun and screech and yell and all that stuff, and we're perfectly used to it. But yesterday I was in my office and I was doing a reading for a client and I had my door open, and normally it's like the time where I take the dogs and go to bed, but I had gotten a request later in the evening. And so I was like, oh, I better do this before, I forget, because it was later than I normally do readings. Anyway, so I had put the dogs in bed while I did this. My office door was open and I hear this high pitched squeal. Like it sounded like maybe like an animal got hurt. Like my first instinct was like, oh my God, are the dogs okay? But like this was, everything stood up, hairs, goosebumps, all that stuff. And so I'm sitting here frozen, waiting for something else to happen, and nothing did. So I'm hoping that it was just the pipes because I had just gotten out of the shower anyway. So I'm like, okay, it's the pipes. If not, I misheard somebody outside because there were kids out at one point. So I'm just like on edge. But I'm like, that was too close. It sounded way too close. But, oof. I always put my boundaries up. But I have been thinking, and I think this is why my sensories are on overload, is because I did want to, for Halloween, sit down and film a story time video about all of my ghost situations and encounters that I've had in my life. I think I've talked about a few of them here and there. But there was another thing that happened recently, a couple months ago, and my childhood was crazy full of ghost experiences. So if that's something you want me to do, let me know, because I've got stories. But yeah, so spirit boxes, I'm intrigued, but at the same time, with the experiences that I have had, I'm like, I'm good. I'll stick to the pendulum. I have set boundaries in the sense of like, I do not want to see you physically appear. I do not want to have you touch me. I do not want any of that. If you want to come through, you can come through respectfully in my dreams, and you can come through respectfully through the tools that I use. Other than that, no, I am not ready for that. I have had enough of that. You're welcome, Aurora. And you are welcome, Pretty Bug. Okay, fancy dress. Sorry, getting off topic like I always do, but let's go. Yeah. I heard like couples are always going to have those situations, right? So there's always going to be like little, I'm going to call them fights, but they're more like disagreements or challenges in that aspect. But overall, yes. Oh. Will we ever see your husband in alive? Possibly. I don't know. And I say that just because it's up to him. I will, however, be vlogging. I guess that's what the kids call it. I guess that's what the terminology is. So we are taking, and I'm cutting off the list right now, but we are going to be taking a huge family trip to Disneyland next month. So I will be vlogging it. There is a chance that I will be doing a Disneyland purchase, which then in turn will be a giveaway. But I gotta see, because I don't know, like, your girl is not, rich. So I gotta make sure that we have what we need to go. But we're taking this big trip because it's my nephew's first time, and by the time we go, like, he's almost going to be a year old. So I'm very excited to be able to experience that. So I'll be vlogging that, so you might see the husband in there. I got to get his permission. Nobody else in the family I'm going to be filming, and I will not be filming my nephew because I don't believe in that stuff, and I don't feel like kids should be exploited. But that being said, I think he's going to be in the vlog, so you might be seeing him there. But as far as on lives and stuff, no, he's got his own deal. He did start a channel, so if you're into magic, I've got to get his permission to share his channel stuff, because I couldn't even tell you if I wanted to what the name is right now. So he's got to get that up and running, but I'm very proud of him for getting out of his comfort zone with that. But yes, he's very charismatic, and I would love to have him be in more videos if that's what he wants. But I am in the belief system of like, only if you're comfortable. And like, I never want to like guilt somebody into being in a video that maybe doesn't feel comfortable enough to do it just because they're in a relationship with me in some capacity, like whether it's family, friends, that sort of thing. But yes, probably we'll be seeing him in Disneyland. It will be on this channel just because, you know, I haven't really been doing anything on my other channel in probably a year, which I feel bad about. But at the same time, I can only focus on one channel right now. All right. My lights always get switched on in my house, even when they're off. Oh, I hate when that happens. Oh, I get like, so, I know, off topic again, I'm sorry, tangent. But, so we have a 2-story, and the kitchen is below where we sleep. So when I have the dishwasher running, and a lot of times I do it like at night, you know, energy consumption and all of that stuff. So turn it on at night, and there'll be like the thump and the just random noises, and I like shoot out of bed, and I'm like, what was that? And then I remember, oh, it's the dishwasher. I can't tell you how many times I have had my phone and some form of something that I grab along the way going downstairs and be like, who is it? I'm just like, what is going on in this house? So it hasn't been cleansed in a while, like every room. So I'm sure there's a lot of built up energy, especially with the amount of work that I do and what type of work I do. So there's probably a lot of built up, just random energy happening at all times. But it's a safe house. I don't feel threatened here. I don't feel like, you know, anything wrong is going on. But it's just so funny because I've been so conditioned to just every little sound. And what I have done is, if my dogs don't react, I don't need to worry about it. But there are times where they both kind of do the little snort and I'm like, oh God, what was it? And then it's like, you know, something outside. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm just super paranoid. I'm always paranoid. I've always been this way. Oh, what is a spirit box? Oh, yeah. I don't know if this has been answered. I don't see it. So spirit boxes take, there's different forms of ways to communicate, and some spirit boxes will cycle through the FM frequencies so that they can get, so that the spirits can find the frequency that has a song or someone talking on it that can say the words that they want to say. So they'll cycle through, and you'll hear a lot of white noise and and they're really loud. There's other forms of, like, they do like a light box where REM pod, that's what it is. I used to watch BuzzFeed Unsolved, which have now turned into The Watcher. They're great. Highly recommend that channel. But there's a REM pod, and if you ask them to touch it, it'll light up. And like if they get close to it, it'll make a sound or light up, that sort of a thing. There's EMF readers. There's all sorts of stuff. Yay! Halloween is my birthday. That's awesome. Oh, sorry. What did I miss? Oh, the locking of the door. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. That's a no for me. I'm out of there. Yeah, I don't really mess with the Ouija boards either, and I know it's like similar to the pendulum, and I know there's angel boards and all sorts of things like that. But when you've been conditioned as a child, like I have, it's hard to break that stigma. So, if you, I'm not going to tell you not to do an Ouija board because I don't have experience with it either way. So, if that's your bag, cool. I don't think I'm going to get anywhere near it. I just keep thinking about, I don't know if you guys watch Bob's Burgers, but it's one of my comfort shows. And so there's a episode where Tina has a ghost boyfriend and they were like talking to it on the Ouija board to get him to go into a shoebox and trap the ghost. And then she falls in love with him because her sister is making her believe that his name is Jeff and he's a 13-year-old boy because she's like making all of the stuff happen with the Ouija board. And so then she takes Jeff to school and like Louise is like making Jeff say things to make himself sound cool, and then the popular girl wants to steal the boyfriend, so she gets in on the shenanigans. I love that show so much. Sorry. Right? It's like I don't know if I could do it. Like, don't know, but I've seen enough scary things and I've seen enough scary movies that I'm good. I love Charmed, the original. I really did. I tried watching the reboot and it just wasn't the same. So I was like, nah, I'm good. And I still haven't seen the reboot for The Craft. Just because it's like, I heard really awful things about it. Like, it was just, I don't want it to tarnish what we have with the original. That holds a special place in my heart. Yeah, not my cup of tea. I'm all for like reboots and stuff like that, but like just make sure it's better or like the same quality. Oh, that's scary. Oh, what did Sarah Jeffrey play on The Descendants? Because I have seen those movies. The Disney Descendants, right? Not me calling myself out as a Disney Channel watcher. No joke. If we're talking about The Descendants, from the Disney Channel, I've never watched them until we got Disney Plus, and then I was like, I've heard people talk about this. I'm gonna give it a go, and I watched it, and I thought it was the funniest thing, but like also so dang cute, and I was like, what a concept! So I legit sat my husband down and said, you need to watch this with me. I think you would enjoy it. He got through like the first 15 minutes. He's like, so can we put it on something else? Yeah, I guess so. Okay, fine. I'm like giving him all the lore. He's like, Princess. Oh, okay. All right. I know who you're talking about now. That's funny. And I did suffer through all of the High School Musicals. I was not the target demographic when that came out. I have only seen like Camp Rock through other people's like commentary on Camp Rock. So like I've never like officially seen those movies, but I've seen the movies. It's like one of those things where it's like, you really don't want to pay attention to something, but you're kind of over all of your other shows that you've been watching forever. So now you need to find something new that you don't really care about so you can do other things. That's when those go on. Because normally I have I cycle through my shows to put on the background that I've seen forever so I can get other things done during the day. And because I have to have background noise. And that came up and I was like, well, I'll just watch this and see. And if anybody remembers Glee, I loved Glee. That's actually, it's not how my husband and I got together or met, but like date nights included Glee. So it will always hold like a special place in my heart, but it was really early 2000s camp. Absolutely. Yeah, Cameron Boyce. Oh my gosh, that was tragic. Poor kid. And I do really is it Dove Cameron? The main character, Mal? I really like her voice. Her music that she's put out. I was impressed. But with that, it is now 8:30. I've got to check on my dogs. Make sure they're okay. Okay, good. It was Dove Cameron. Sometimes, like, I remember the most random things in my head. Like, I tell my husband all the time, like, I hold stupid facts in my head. Like, I can remember the most ridiculous things, but never can remember the things that I'm supposed to remember. For instance, like, I will play that guess the year this movie came out and most of the time get the correct answer. So it's just like, I don't need this information in my head. Why do I have this information? Like, can we push that out and then let the important stuff sink in, please? This is like, again, things are adding up for the ADHD here for me. Just keep ticking the boxes. Oh, Evie does too. Oh my gosh, SB, why aren't you sleeping? That's so early. I get up at 6 every morning now, and I like, literally, this is my bedtime. My schedule's changing all the time with my dog's situation, and then with the cats, and then, you know, pile everything on top of it. So, like, I never know what my day is going to entail. So I'm like, if I get up at 6, and then we just tick all of the boxes and get the tasks done, then I can focus on everything else. Fool's Gold? Oh, cute. Wait, I feel like I've heard that. That sounds familiar. And I know that it's a movie. Matthew McConaughey. See, this stupid stuff I don't need to know. Anywho, with that being said, I know that there is a new moon Wednesday the 16th. I'm going to shoot for a live that day, hopefully. If not, if I cannot make the live work, there will hopefully be a video. So I will keep you guys posted. As always, just head on over to the community tab and see if there's any updates there. Members, the updates will always be available for the members. I think you guys get every update first or something, however that works. And if you want to become a member or on Patreon, there's perks and all of that. And if you do like the channel memberships, you get the little icons, and if there's a specific deck that you are wanting to see be reviewed, that goes to the top of the list. And if you are a member, Patreon, like both members and Patreons, oh my gosh, Natasha, focus. You get all of the videos ahead of time. So I do typically get new releases before or just about when they are releasing. So those the members see first, and then so you get the pre-release basically. So keep that in mind. And then there's other perks as well. There's different tiers. So check that out if you haven't done so. And so Wednesday's a new moon. Hopefully I can do the live. And then There was something else that I was going to say. Can't remember it. I think Monday I will have a new video for you guys ready to go. I've got 3 new decks that I gotta film from US Game Systems, and I'm gonna keep that under my lip because I'm not sure when I can release those yet. But those are coming. And then if I haven't gotten to your requested deck, if it's on the list already, I apologize. I'm doing what I can do for the moment. So thank you for patience. Thank you for being here. Thank you for hanging out with me. This was fun. And if you want more pendulum readings, let me know. I'd be happy to throw them in more often. I think this was a very interesting time, and I feel like we got some cool results. So thank you all. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I love you and I like you. And again, if you haven't done so already, subscribe, do all those fun things, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.